Scavenger and Bulldog Nation, welcome to the Eric Deters Show, where we cover it all. We're sponsored by Deters Consulting, Parks Yoga. Check us out on all of our platforms. Well, the House Speaker vote. Jim Jordan went down the tubes again, and apparently there's Republicans saying that he's going to keep going backwards. This is an outrage that the Republicans can't consolidate around somebody and elect a speaker. You know what? I quit the chairmanship of the Kenton County Republican Party back in the early 1990s. And you know why? You know why? The inter-party politics is worse than beating up the other guys. This is another example of it on the national stage. Israel, they're going to do a ground war. They say it's going to be a long time, and Joe Biden has blessed it. Now, Joe Biden's policies led to this nightmare and a mess. However, as I pointed out on Facebook Live yesterday, he's taking the right political position now. But he helped cause the problem. We'll see how it all unfolds. The next big issue is going to be, where do the Gaza refugees go? Remember, a lot of these Gaza refugees are going to be Hamas people. And you know what? They're already talking, Josh Hawley and others say, we don't want them in the United States. That's where Biden will screw up again. He'll take them in. All right, Breaking Biden. This guy's written a book about Joe Biden, in depth, all the corruption. Kimberly Guilfoyle on her podcast yesterday interviewed him. And you know what? Joe Biden is a complete, full-blown criminal. Josh Hawley is asking Mayorkas. He wants to know how many people are in this country that they let in or let go that are on a terrorist watch list. And it's happened, folks. Sickening. RFK Jr., this is why I'm still for Trump. Yesterday, he came out for reparations. Ugh. RFK Jr., bad move. DA, can't make this up, a DA that out in California, who supported defunding the police, got carjacked. Netflix is increasing their prices, isn't going to change anything. Court employee in Manhattan shouted out to Trump. She's, I want to help you. She got arrested. Kind of weird. Jussie Smollett is seeking help. He's going to go to rehab because he's had a tough couple years. The Democratic mayor from El Paso, 178 buses of illegal immigrants, shipping them to Chicago and every place else. You got to love this. A Democrat even gets it. Gray whales are dying, about 2,000 of them. Pacific gray whales. Apparently their ecosystem's messed up and they're starving. Save the whales. I support the saving the whales. This Texas police officer was shot chasing somebody down on the Texas border. Sad. Vivek Ramaswamy says he may not go the next debate. Why? All you do is get beat up there, Vivek. I wouldn't go either. Tlaib doubling down. Despite the evidence that this hospital in Gaza did not get hit by an Israeli bomb, she's sticking with those Hamas folks. Pfizer, can't make this up. Their new COVID treatment, Paxlovid, is going to be nearly $1,400 for a treatment group. Mooney. Trump speaks out after everything he said. He blew up that trial. You know why he's there? He's there to look at Weisberger, his former CEO or CFO, and make sure that he doesn't lie. Sad story. Vandersloot killed Natalie Holloway. Well, he gave an interview, and here's what went down, folks. He said that he wanted to get with her, and he went to the beach, held hands. She started kissing him. He said he started to try to feel her up. She said no. He got mad, kicked her in the head, said she was either dead or unconscious. Then he took a concrete block or a rock, I forgot what it was, and smashed her face. Then dragged her out in the ocean, and that was it. This son of a bitch did that to that girl. Why? Because she wouldn't put out for him. You know what? This is a lesson to lots of people. And one of the lessons is, and it's scary to be a parent. It is scary to be a parent. But one of those things is to be alone somewhere with someone you just met is messed up. You know, I always tell my kids, always wear a seatbelt. Never leave a drink laying around. But you know what? You don't go someplace that private with somebody you just met. You never know. It's a psycho, man. Sad, sad story after all these years. Murder-suicide. This is a big Trump supporter. Apparently he used the N-word on Obama. He shot her, didn't kill her, his wife. Shot himself, killed himself. Once again, I don't understand murder-suicides. Brett Baer. Okay, he's got a $30 million home in D.C. he's selling because he just bought a $30 million home down in Florida. Now, why would I talk about this? I'll tell you why I talk about this. Brett Baer and these folks are as disconnected from you and I than anybody. Strzok and Page, Lisa Page, they got to take Trump's deposition. Strzok and Page ought to be freaking in jail, not suing people. J.P. Morgan, restricted access to bank accounts. This is going on more and more and more due to some glitch. Guess what, Josh and Sabrina? They say if you get a COVID shot, they say we might need a longer needle. I don't know the science behind that. I'll have to talk to Cowboy Millman. The Rotunda sit-in yesterday by the Palestinians is not being classified by the media as an insurrection. I don't know why. I don't know if you remember this, but some Trump supporters surrounded a Biden bus, and apparently the law enforcement didn't do enough. And the city where this happened has paid $150,000 to Wendy and Company. What a joke. Bank of America says, hey, consumers, we told you it was going to hurt. It's going to hurt even more. You think this Jack Wagon's hurting? Hell no. Arkansas, the first state to say, nah, baby, nah, taking away all China's land. Good for you, Arkansas. Leading the nation. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day. Ladies and gentlemen, American cheering Bulldog Nation, let's have some fun with pop culture. Britney Spears. She just keeps putting out videos and sexy little dresses and everything else. She's now confessed, though, that she did cheat on Justin Timberlake by making out with a choreographer, Josh Wentz. So maybe Justin Timberlake was justified in being upset with her, but I don't know. But anyway, Britney Spears continues to give us all kinds of content here. Now, this was a crazy, crazy interview between two people I don't know, a rapper's podcast and this chick. And they were talking, yeah, there's a woman right there. And she was talking about how the 90s was the boob years. And now we're in the butt years. They used the different words. They used the T word and the A word. But anyway, I'm sitting there thinking, my God. Do you agree with this, Josh? I think men have always liked both.
Both has always been, yeah.
That's what I think. Netflix is going to increase their prices. It's not going to make me stop watching. Is it going to make you stop watching, Josh Wentz?
I don't have Netflix.
All right, gray whales are dying. About 2,000 of the Pacific gray whales are dying. And you know why? Apparently they're starving to death. They don't have enough food from the Arctic. I don't know if this is propaganda, but all I just want to know is this. I'm not Mr. Woke liberal guy, but I support the whales. Let's fix this problem. Whales shouldn't be dying. Right. Gwyneth Paltrow announced yesterday that when she retires, she's going to retire and nobody's ever going to see her again. My first reaction was, yes! All right. Remember she did those candles that smelled like you know what? Oh, my God. Did you ever try one? I didn't. All right. Kelsey upgrades. Apparently plunks down $6 million on a more private place in Kansas City. Now, you have to understand something, folks. $6 million gets you a lot of house in Kansas City. This isn't like the Hamptons, all right? And apparently this is all for his woman. God, when she dumps him, it's going to be awful. All right, Paulie dies. I'll never forget that scene. I think it was in Rocky 2. He goes, Paulie, nobody owes anybody anything, man. You're friends. But Paulie pissed me off. He was a wimp, but Burt Young has passed away. Stallone says he's sad. All right, Taylor, banking freaking money. She made, in the opening weekend of her movie, Josh Wentz, more than any NBA player makes all year. It's unfreaking believable.
Maybe she did to Ukraine.
You know what? I kind of like Travis Kelce. I really do. But I'm changing my views a little bit to the negative. He apparently has 300 sneakers. Who needs 300 sneakers? It's crazy. Vanna White has been with this guy for 12 years and she's not getting married. She says, why get married if the relationship is good? Stay single, Vanna. Women file. You ready for this, Jamie and Josh? You can't make this up. Women file for divorce 70% of the time. They move first. These skanky ladies, what the hell you doing to the men, man? Dumping them so quickly. I find that interesting. I thought men would be pulling the trigger. It's women pulling the trigger. Did you all like Fargo? 1, 2, 3, and 4? Great stuff. Fargo number 5's coming out. The dark comedy. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jamie Spinley's favorite chess player, can't steer a sled. He once wrecked a sled with Barbara Bush on it, and she had to go to the hospital. Arnold goes, I can't steer. I could not steer the sled. Barbara went to the hospital. Unbelievable. Ken Burns' Buffalo PBS came out on Monday. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm going to. Are you two going to watch it? John Stamos. You know, I always said, if there was two guys when I was young I could have looked like, I would have picked Rob Lowe, John Stamos. As I've gotten older, I'd take Pitt and McConaughey, okay? But I was always jealous of John Stamos. He was married to Rebecca Robchick. Beautiful. And she dumped him. He's written a book and he says that he considered her the devil when it happened because her career was taken off, his wasn't. He turned to drink, but he's all over it now. And it helped him get to the place where he can have a better relationship with his current girlfriend. Whatever. I still like you, John, especially when you play with the Beach Boys. PBS is promoting a documentary, apparently the real Osage murders. I don't know, folks. I'm going to go watch it Friday. The 3-hour movie. You better buy a lot of popcorn. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has a day. We'll be back tomorrow to make fun of pop culture some more.
Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's having a great day. You're watching Eric Deters World News. I'm Jamie Spinley with the top stories. About 20 trucks carrying food, water, and medical supplies may be allowed to enter Gaza in the coming days. Israel cut electricity, most water, and stopped deliveries of food and medicine to Gaza following an attack by Hamas militants on October the 7th. Since then, Gaza's 2.1 million residents have been rapidly running out of basic supplies. A man has been sentenced in Belgium to 11 years in jail for heading one of the most significant human trafficking gangs involved in smuggling people across the English Channel. Police believe the 30-year-old was behind a ring that brought 10,000 people to the United Kingdom in small boats. Unbelievable. They need to hang him. More than 400 animals, mainly cats and dogs, are being rescued from a trafficking network in Spain. The gang is suspected of illegally importing animals into Spain from Eastern Europe via Andorra before selling them on the market. They have also been accused of forging documents to say the animals were healthy for sale when they weren't. 13 people have been arrested on charges including animal abuse, fraud, and money laundering. And Nokia from Finland, telecom giant, to axe between 9,000 and 14,000 jobs by the end of 2026 to cut costs. The announcement was made as the company reported a 20% drop in sales between July and September. That's the latest headlines. Until tomorrow, have a fantastic day. Cheerio.
Ladies and gentlemen, the American Jury and Bulldog Nation, welcome to Eric Deters Local News, sponsored by Deters Consulting, Parks Yoga. Check us out on all of our platforms. Well, this fella right here, Jose Luis Lopez Hernandez, is a Covington pastor who is wanted for some sexual misconduct with a child. He was out in California and he planned his trip back and he didn't come back. So they issued an arrest warrant out there and they picked him up and he's going to get extradited back. I hope he's not guilty and there's a logical explanation. If there's not, death penalty. All right, Darian Rubel right here. Undercover investigation nailed him for sharing images of child exploitation. Look at that creepy son of a bitch. Death penalty. The groper was found guilty. He was going into stores and groping people. obviously some kind of mental sexual deviant, but he was found guilty yesterday. And found not guilty was Brandon Freeman. The fire lieutenant of Cincinnati was found not guilty. Good for him. All right, local news. The Bengals have a bye week. Fountain Square shooting yesterday. Some good Samaritans came. Folks, I'm telling you right now, and we're going to get to another local shooting, which just proves my point. You're in Fountain Square and you get shot. Folks, crime is coming to our community like never before. Boone County bus drivers, there's a shortage, so principals are pitching in. Good for them. Boone County High School yesterday, some kid took a gun to school. Then afterwards, 2 kids were shooting at each other in their cars. Apparently, a woman and a child were actually hit. Crazy stuff, man. And Villa Hills is going to, Villa Madonna is going to name a STEM education wing after Chase and Cole Fisher, the 2 sons of Greg Fisher, the head of Fisher Homes. They've made a donation, keeping their memory alive. Sad story. I can't imagine. They lost both sons in a boating accident. Florence couple won $1 million a day before their anniversary. They're feeling good, aren't they? In Kentucky news, Bashir announced he's going to put in noise barriers around 75 and 71. Another great campaign move for good old Bashir. Miles Cosgrove, he was the person involved in the shooting of Breonna Taylor, who got a job at the Carroll County Sheriff's Department, apparently rammed his car into another vehicle, his cruiser, lights on at a trailer park. Apparently somebody was resisting arrest. All the witnesses, I'm sure they're buddies of the one that got assailed, said it was too much. It was we don't know that. I tell you right now, we'll see. And Daniel Cameron, you can't make this up. After taking down the Trump endorsement, not using the Trump endorsement, taking down the video endorsement, after using Trump to win the Republican primary, and disrespecting Trump across the board, he's losing by 16 points. So what's he do 3 weeks from the election? He's running an ad. I called this. Advocating Trump's endorsement. It is too little, too late. And you know what they're doing? The McConnell team has ran Cameron's campaign in the ground. Now they're going to let Trump take the blame. They're going to say, well, we ran the Trump ad, Trump endorsement. This is on Trump. No, it's not. And I've warned the Trump campaign that they need to stay away from this guy. They ought to yank the endorsement from him. He's going down like a ton of bricks. And you watch, McConnell's going to blame Trump. It's McConnell should own this. I want that to be a clip. In Nelson County, there's apparently some mergers of some schools going on, and students and teachers are pissed, and they walked out. Bashir doles out the moolah to Owen County, Grant County, Gallatin County. He was up here in Covington doing it. P.G. Sittenfeld has appealed his sentence. Ain't gonna do any good. LaRose, been in the race for 1 month for the United States Senate. He's raised $1 million. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has her day. Have a great day. This is Sports Without Boundaries. Not a lot of sports to report, but we're going to cover what we got. First off, the series is now, the American Championship Series is now tied up 2-1. Last night, the Astros beat the Rangers 8-5. Max Scherzer sucked. He was rusty. His slider wasn't working. They decided they want to try to get him ready for the World Series. They better win this game. They better not regret this. Hell, they were kicking the Astros' ass. Now it's 2-1. All right, the Senators beat the Capitals 6-1. Red Wings beat the Penguins 6-3. The Aces are the first team in WNBA history to repeat. They beat the Liberty, came back and won 70-69. James Harden, Mr. Beard, is AWOL from the 76ers. He's apparently in Houston. 76ers are playing ball in Philadelphia. Bill Walton says Dr. J was the best he ever faced, including when he got posterized. When Dr. J jumped over Bill Walton and slammed it in. All right, the Bengals got a bye week. Tomorrow we're going to cover all the NFL, college, and high school football coming up. The Reds roster looks like, according to Nick Kroll, is going to stay pretty much the same. Spring training is going to be competitive. It looks like they're not going to trade all that great young talent. Roger Goodell got an extension at 2007. Why? I don't know. I hate this guy. And the college football polls, everything kind of stayed the same at the top. Nothing else matters. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.